We can go ahead and do a settling in meditation while we wait. You might hear the doorbell when they check in, but it's okay. We can just ignore that. So let's go ahead and get comfortable. Sit up straight, but not rigid, keeping your belly soft. And your shoulders down, your jaw muscle relaxed. Take a few deep breaths. And as you exhale, just releasing the tension from the day. Pulling your attention inward. Noticing your body as it begins to settle. Maybe noticing your contact points, the seat that you're sitting in, feet on the floor, or if you're sitting on a cushion, just noticing all the contact points. Noticing from that the different temperatures. You may feel some coolness or some warmth. If you're sitting in a chair or lying down, you may feel the pressure points on your back. Maybe feeling the sturdiness of the chair, the support on your back. And the surface may be soft or firm. We'll follow our breath as we breathe naturally, experiencing the entire breath entering the body and all of those sensations, noticing how that feels when the air enters our nostrils, noticing our lungs, belly expand and contract as we breathe out. Noticing the different temperature in the air as we breathe in. It's mostly a nice cool breeze coming in through the nostrils, and exhaling we feel the warmth in our upper lip. Notice the rhythm of the breath as your body breathes naturally. And we stay with that rhythm, that gentle rocking motion. Now notice the difference between how you feel in this moment, sitting here, relaxing, staying with your breath, and when we began. You probably feel a bit more relaxed, more settled in. And that's what we do. We stay here in this moment with this group, our Sangha here online and in person. Just letting go of the day. Now that we've settled in a bit, we can just kind of touch into our heart. And without really expecting anything or causing anything to happen, we can just tell ourselves that we're here as a group to support each other. And we're going to not review the details of this past year, but more than that, we're going to just appreciate the lessons we learned and appreciate our growth. Be grateful for the gifts that we received. And to establish an open heart tonight, to let go of the things that no longer serve us, to open up to the possibility of accepting new adventures, new gifts, and trying to keep that open mind that whatever comes our way, whatever is brought into our lives, is an opportunity. And whether we feel it's pleasant or unpleasant, we remind ourselves that it just simply is. These are various things that occur in life, and not necessarily good or bad, just things that are, occurrences that happen. And each one of them brings us the gift of learning something new. And that could be learning how to deal with old issues. But the point tonight is to keep the heart open and put aside any judging or criticism. And adopt the attitude that life is just unfolding each day as it's meant to do. And we choose how we want to relate to that. And our attitude is really our attitude. We're in the driver's seat. We can determine whether something is pleasant or simply is. So adopting the new attitude of everything and anything that comes our way is an opportunity. And we may find joy in the smallest things rather than overlooking them, which is often our habit. To just adopt the attitude that life is joy, and we are the ones that determine that. So this is an evening of setting our intentions for the new year. Happy New Year, everyone. I wish you a wonderful year. Our practice of mindfulness is really important in setting our intentions. So part of the mindfulness goal is to be really aware of how we're thinking, how we are reacting to the world. It's an important practice because it affects our general happiness, and that's something that we all want. We're always looking for that, aren't we? We're always looking for more happiness, more joy, even just more contentment. So a practice of mindfulness, we know that in each moment is a new beginning. Every in-breath is a new breath, and every out-breath may be our last. So we don't want to just pass up anything without appreciating it. Um, it's funny how we don't really think about our breath, yet in meditation, we're constantly reminded to focus on our breath. And a big part of that is because one thing, it gives us something to focus on when our mind is wandering, skipping around. But more importantly, if we can be aware of the breath that we take in and the breath that we exhale, we're really being in those moments. If we're even aware of the breaths we're taking, we're being quite aware. And we humans have this natural optimism that we can start over any time. So whenever we make a mistake or things don't go the way we necessarily want them to, we can start over. And it's normal for when we reach milestones such as birthdays or a new year, that we set an intention to start over or begin again, or to try something new that we've kind of had in the back of our mind, but maybe didn't put into action. And whenever we do this, it kind of stimulates that sense of hope that there's something new that can happen. There's something new that we can create. So this sense of renewal is really important, especially as the new year begins. A lot of times it's because we kind of want to leave behind things that we're not happy with, or something that's been kind of hanging on the back of our mind that we're not really happy, and it's an unpleasant thought. We jump into this sense of, okay, now I can start over, I can leave that behind. I don't really know where that comes from and why moments like the new year kind of prompts that, but it does. We have this like sense of jumping off into something new, and that can be really exciting. It can be really stimulating. Okay, now I get a chance to do this thing that I've been thinking about. I'm not going to put it off any longer. So there's a nervous excitement that goes along with that, the sense of hope, that sense of it's a little scary. Something new is always a little scary and exciting. We don't know where that's going to lead. We're having our fingers crossed, hoping it leads somewhere good, right? But I don't know, there's a freshness to it, there's a newness to it, there's a sense of hope is one word that comes to mind, but I don't know, there's like an opening of a door. We're not quite sure what's on the other side of it, but we're really anxious to see what that might be. So if we practice this, setting these intentions and joyfully reflecting on them, there is a sense of sustaining that energy and jumping into these aspirations, stepping into something new that we can create. So when we do this, we want to ask ourselves, what ideas, what concepts, what hopes do we have? And how can we let go of those things that no longer serve us? How can we open up that space to allow those new inspirations to develop in our lives? I have an anonymous quote here. Somebody once told me the definition of hell is, on your last day on earth, the person you become, the person you became will meet the person you could have become. And that sounds very, I don't know, it gives me a feeling of kickstarting myself, right? Like, I don't want to meet the person I could have been because I didn't do what I think I should have done or what I really wanted to do. I let my fear hold me back. Whatever. I think that isn't a good definition of hell. Meeting the person you could have become. So it's all up to us. We get to choose this now. We get to choose to decide, what do we want? Now, this is our life. This is nobody else's life. I'm not living my life for you. I'm living this for me. You're living yours for you, hopefully. And what are you going to choose? Now, what's the next step? Where are you going to go? And we don't have to have a grand plan. We don't need to know what we're going to be in 10 years. But for right now, if there's anything that's holding us back, if there's any fear that is keeping us where we're stuck, can we move past that? Can we move through the door to something new? Can we get inspired to do those things? George Eliot says, it's never too late to be what you might have been. So if we haven't gotten there yet, there's always hope. There's always hope we can start at any time. I have this quote from the Stoics. I read a lot of books on Stoics. I love Stoicism. Um, how long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself? While setting goals is important, be sure to set realistic, healthy, and simple goals. It's equally as important. Lofty goals tend to set us up for defeat before we even begin. But through meditation, that's breathing, quieting the mind, and allowing your natural growth to open to you, we can distinguish the small and valuable changes that our inner spirit thirsts for. And maybe the journey isn't so much about becoming anything. Maybe it's about unbecoming everything that isn't you. So you can be who you were meant to be in the first place. So unbecoming everything that isn't you. When we talk about the Eightfold Path, we're talking about wise view, wise intention, wise speech, wise action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, and concentration. And so I was thinking about this today, and I wrote down that with the practice of right mindfulness and right concentration, we can develop the right view for our life with the right intention to move forward into living our truth, into what our real purpose is. And then we use right speech, which is part of our right thought and right action, to live in that right effort, to take the right action to fully live in our right livelihood. So it kind of takes in everything. What do we do for a living? What do we choose to do every day? Are we finding ourselves sitting on the couch watching TV, or are we feeling some guilt about that? And if we do, can we move away from that and say, okay, the reason I'm feeling guilty is because I know I should do more with my life than just sit here? Can we get up and go outside and take a walk as a beginning? Can we go to that art class that we were thinking of going to? Can we ride a bicycle? Can we, whatever it is that we kind of want to do, but we don't do, can we just take a small step in that direction? Because what I've found is when I begin to do something, even if I'm feeling really lazy and really don't want to do it, I make myself get up and start doing something, and then I feel better. And then I get enthusiastic. And then I go, okay, well, maybe I can do more. And then I feel even better. It is not much. I mean, sometimes it's just letting the chicken out and feeding her some worms. It's sometimes it's really not much. But it's that movement, that helping something else, that getting away from my thoughts, getting out of my mind, getting outside of all of that, putting my life into some kind of action. Sitting stagnant never makes me feel good. I know that some of us have a harder time physically to do things. And so it doesn't necessarily mean getting up and moving. If that's a challenge for you, it can be doing something like calling a friend, um, painting, doing a little bit of artwork, um, any little thing that kind of helps you get out of the funk that you may be in. Now, let's say you're really excited about something that you want to do. Something's coming up, some some trip that you can't wait to get started on. That's exciting. Going on a trip, something that you really are looking forward to. Um, Planning it, opening up your heart and saying, okay, I'm not going to plan to the point where I'm going to have disappointments because nothing ever turns out exactly as we plan. But opening our heart to say, whatever this trip is going to bring to me, I'm going to see it as a gift. I'm going to experience whatever comes up as a gift, even if that means getting stuck in an airport for a while. There's the gift of people watching and studying all the people around us, learning that patience, learning to sit with what is, whatever it is, finding a new temple somewhere. Somebody smiles, has this beautiful smile, and you just notice it and appreciate it. Whatever it is, if we set our heart to open to that, we find that these little treasures become really big treasures, really big, important treasures, very beautiful memories that we kind of flash back on later on. So let's set our intention for the year tonight, just the beginning. And then every morning after this, I would really like to suggest that when you wake up in the morning to say 3 things that you're grateful for, and it can be simple things like having a roof over your head, a bed to sleep in, food to eat, um, and then set your intention for the day. Today, I'm going to open my heart to whatever happens as a gift. It's really simple. And just try to bring that with you through the day and see what comes up. If we do that each day this year, we will find that this year becomes a very beautiful, wonderful year, no matter what happens. Even the unpleasant things will kind of fade in the background when we start noticing the beautiful things, the small, beautiful things that are all around us. So before I begin the meditation, is there any comments or suggestions on starting the new year?
I wanted to respond, Joni. Um,
Hi.
Hi, I feel so invited into this way of being in the new year by your words and your heartfelt sentiments and the way that you unfolded that invitation was just so lovely. And I've been just listening to David White talking about creating new mornings for our new year and how we're going to step through the day. And I'm just really loving your words of opening the intention of opening my heart to whatever happens during that day as a gift. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa Rose. Thank you so much. And yeah, I love David White. He's amazing. So yeah, thank you so much. Let's do this then. Let's practice this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lead a meditation, and I'm going to repeat some affirmations and suggestions, and you can take them to heart if they feel right. Let them go if they don't. But we'll just kind of let things flow through us, and whatever rings true to our soul, we'll just smile with that and move forward. So taking a few deep breaths and pulling our attention inward, gently closing the eyes or softening your gaze. settling in on your cushion or your chair, feeling supported, feeling safe, and feeling nurtured in this space with this group of wonderful people. We're safe. It's a safe place where we can allow ourselves to open our heart, touching into the love center in our heart, allowing that self-love to bloom, and reminding ourselves that we're definitely worth all the good things that life has. We're definitely worth experiencing happiness and joy. And finding that happiness and joy in the little things is, you realize how big those little things are, how deeply they impact us when we allow them in. And we're energy beings living in an energy world. You might say to yourself that I'm open to the gifts that this energy world brings to me. When you open to the perception of invisible and infinite energy of the universe, you can live with abundant flow within and around you. You can realize the fulfillment of life, encompassing the practical and the spiritual. So let's remind ourselves of a few things. You want a healthier body and an open heart. We long for abundance and connection. You're a humanitarian wanting to serve others in a more balanced and fulfilling way. You want to keep a fulfilling flow of life, even in the face of adversity and suffering. You're ready to release limiting, stressful, and negative energy. You're ready for more health, more happiness, and prosperity within yourself and the world around you. And you want to learn practices that help you realize your deep potential. You are a beautiful flower. You have many layers of yourself that lay like petals unfolding from the center outward. You are awake, vibrant, radiant, open to the world. Freely and confidently sharing your beauty and your gifts with those around you. We are always becoming. The stories and labels we've identified with may no longer be true. You are the alchemist. You have the power now to drop what is no longer accurate or helpful. You have the power to use what is useful and to open space for a new reality. You are becoming you every day. As we begin this year, we begin a new chapter. We shed the old and open to the new. We let go of our attachment to our past as an excuse for our life conditions today. We are the product of the choices we make right now. So decide right now, in this moment, to let go of anything that no longer serves you. Begin this new year letting go of all negatives to make room for more blessings to come to you. Have no expectations. This allows us to be closer to harmony. Hold compassion towards your heart, towards yourself and your heart for your mistakes, and allow yourself to learn from those mistakes. They're gifts in disguise. Be grateful not only for what you have, but also for your freedom to choose your path. Be grateful for the people in your life who bring you more joy. They are the charming gardeners who make our soul blossom. Remember that the world needs you. Each of us brings at least one special gift. Allow yourself to open up to your gifts. You should know that you are the source of the love that you need each day. Honor your feelings, whatever they are. They are yours and worthy of the lessons they bring if we allow ourselves to open to them. Become content with who your true self is. Learn that we sometimes need to dig beneath what we think we are in order to find our true selves. Intentionally make joy a part of each day. Life is to be enjoyed, but we often don't recognize the moments of joy always available to us. Decide right now to let go of guilt. It does not serve a purpose. Learn from your mistakes and move on. Be open to learning more about your relationship with food. Allow yourself treats without guilt and decide that you will nurture your body with healthy foods. You can say to yourself, I forgive others for any wrongs they have done to me. I live today letting go of my attachment to my past as an excuse for my life conditions today. I am the product of the choices I make each moment, and I choose happiness. I will be true to myself. I will let go of past mistakes. I will not compare myself to others. I will make steps to move myself toward my dreams and goals. I will surround myself with supportive people. I will exercise and eat healthy foods. I will keep learning new skills. I will not say or think negative things about myself. I will not allow fear to run my life. I will choose to be happy and live a fulfilled life. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. So I want to encourage you to begin each day with gratitude. This doesn't have to be much, just grateful to be waking up, grateful for everything we have in this moment. And there's going to be days that are more difficult. And when we run into those days, just be gentle with yourself and allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling. Don't, if you catch yourself beating yourself up, just acknowledge it and laugh it off and come back to your loving heart and start over. Yeah, so sometimes things are very unpleasant, and it's okay. The biggest part of our practice is to be able to be in discomfort and still be okay with it. Finding a way to still be okay with anything that goes on. But I think more importantly, to be able to see the small things and really appreciate the beauty in them, whatever they are. So I wish you all a wonderful, beautiful, loving 2024. And I hope that you're all very kind to yourself and patient. And I wish you nothing but joy and happiness. So thank you all for meditating with me tonight.